everybody, how's it going? And welcome to the first ever episode of Kill Connor Clubhouse. My name's Lasers, or James, joined by Tyler.
As always, welcome.
I avoided that.
But you avoided? That's
I
what I had
avoided
to say.
it. Yeah, well, I avoided it just because I thought we've never done a Kill Connor Clubhouse before, so it's not really as always. Like, people might not know. So...
Yeah, well, yeah, fair point. Fair point. But that's all right. Yes, I am Tyler, and I am joining you, as always.
Good.
Because this is the first and only time, so it always has been me.
That's
Hasn't
true.
not been me. So, for those of you who don't know, we are obviously James and Tyler from As Always Entertainment, where you can get content like the Kill Connor Clubhouse podcast exclusively on Patreon for the low price of $1. So it's a new thing we've launched together. Obviously, that doesn't affect the normal content like the regular Kill Connor Club podcast that is every other week. And then every alternate week, we do the Kill Connor Clubhouse exclusive to Patreon. But this time, because the first one, we want to get it out to everyone we can. Obviously, YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, everywhere. And you guys can see the type of content we're going to be doing on the Kill Connor Clubhouse. It's all content run by you, so you, the patrons and members of As Always, get to tell us what topics you want us to talk about. And obviously this week or this episode, we're going to be talking about the Assassin's Creed movie and all things spoilers. So for those of you who don't realize that, spoiler warning. So this is a whole new thing. And because of the first episode, good to have something that we're going right out of the gate with that's like a full episode. Whereas from here, it'll be a growing process of figuring out the structure of this sort of show. It's not going to be the 3 hours of the Kill Connor Club, but it's going to be its own thing. And if you're also an As Always member, there's plenty of other goodies, early access to content like the multiplayer battle, any Let's Plays James and I do together. So it's definitely worth the price of $1 little dollar, James. What do you reckon? Pretty good.
I mean, I'd pay it.
No,
Definitely.
I would pay it too. Yeah,
I
and you
would.
can be one of our friendly sponsors. In saying that, speaking of, good job, Tyler, for bringing that up. We have some of the people helping power this episode of the Kill Connor Clubhouse. We have Moderox and Jamie Brown, some of our friendly As Always members and patrons. So thank you to those guys for their support in launching this new podcast that, again, I'd love to reiterate because people will tweet me about this. Does not affect the Kill Connor Club. They're different things. This is its own thing. So
Tyler, does this mean no more Kill Connor Club? What's happening to the podcast, Tyler?
So it's going to cost money for me to listen to Kill Connor Club from now on? Oh, Jesus Christ. That's what it is. Anyway, we won't... I think I've run through it all. That's all the housekeeping. That's all
good.
the intro stuff.
Club housekeeping.
Yes. So welcome to the Clubhouse, the Inner Sanctum. You're our friendly club members. Well, if you're a patron. If you're just the YouTubers, you're just, the mass unwashed peasants, but that's all right. That's all right. Anyway, well, like I said, we're going to be talking the Assassin's Creed movie, full spoiler cast that everyone's been waiting for. So this will be so interesting, James.
Oh, God.
So interesting.
Okay.
So nothing is off limits. So if you haven't seen the movie, this is going to be great for you. If you haven't, I mean, I wouldn't recommend go seeing it, but like, I guess you could go see it and listen to this, or you could just listen to us either way. It's not really a big deal. It won't change your life that much.
True.
So, James, why don't you I know we did this on the Kill Connor Club last week, but I guess it's worth doing a general thoughts to start us off with before we dive into the real specifics of the movie.
Okay.
And so, James, overall, general thoughts, what do you think of the Assassin's Creed movie?
Okay. Well, I mean, I've said this a bunch of times. I just think that it was good time. I mean, there's a lot of things that are wrong with the lore, obviously, like everyone's been saying, and things aren't explained that well. But overall, when I was watching it, I enjoyed it. And that's my overall thoughts.
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. It's all right to be wrong. It's not a big deal. Pretty much everyone knows, I hated the movie. I thought it was abysmal. I used the word abortion to describe the film and everything that is involved in the film. But that's just me, I'm just a guy that knows Assassin's Creed. That's all right. And hardcore fan, played it forever. Hate fucking stupid movie. But I guess those are general thoughts out of the way. Most people knew where we stood, and that's why they thought this was going to be super interesting to have us talk about it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited to finally get into it. I
Okay.
feel like you're a little timid, James. Like you're scared to
Me?
talk to me about this.
Yeah, nah, not at all.
Why? What? It's gonna be all right. Like we'll have a good laugh. We'll still be friends, hopefully afterwards. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. So I guess I wanted to break down this film in several parts. In general, we're going to talk about obviously as a film, the technical side of the film. Then characters and actors, the modern day, the ancestor story, and then there's the whole ending portion I want to discuss. Then, for those people who want to know, we're going to get into whether we want a sequel. We'll give it a semi rating out of 10. I don't really. I'm sure it'll change over time for both of us, mainly James because he's a knee-jerker. And then we'll talk about
No.
the impact of this movie on the game and our thoughts on how we want it to impact the movie, how we think it will impact the game. Sorry, I've said movie again. But yeah, so in terms of the technical side of the film, and this is the I guess it's the most subjective point to me of the film. Like in terms of, if we want to break down the law, it is or it isn't following the law. Like it's not, it's not a matter of opinion whether it followed the law or not. It either did or it didn't.
Yeah.
But in terms of the technical side of the film, the biggest takeaway for me was I hated looking at it. I couldn't get immersed in the film right from the start. The way the cinematography worked, I didn't like the way it was filmed. The way it was paced and structured overall was really bad, especially the start of the movie. The first 40 minutes were god awful. What some of the worst movie watching I've had to experience in my life. I wanted to walk out, and I thought the special effects are horrible. There's literally points where I had to write it. I was like, oh god, I'm running that down. I need to remember that exact moment because I remember there's two ones. One was the Eagles. I thought some of the Eagle shots look good. Some of them look good. The first one was the worst one. Like it's circling really weirdly. Like it's circling this eagle as it's flying over mountains, and it's taking us from like the past where you have that opening Aguilar scene where he gets his finger chopped off for some reason. Not the assassins get their fingers chopped off at that time period, so it already doesn't make sense. I'm already sitting there like, well, you done fucked up. Then there's a whole eagle flying, and it like flies to the modern day. But the way it kind of spins around, like it'll spin for a minute, like it'll pan around the eagle and like stop real suddenly, and then it'll pan a different direction. Like I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? It looked horrible, and the eagle looked fake as shit. And then we get to this terrible, 3-minute backstory scene of Callum Lynch where you've got some dude that killed his mum, and you're just like, is that his dad? Like, this doesn't make sense. I don't understand what's happening. It was just like, it was sandy and dusty. Like the whole aesthetic of the film to me was just horrendous to look at. I couldn't. The biggest problem for me was I couldn't get into the film, James. I couldn't get into the film.
Yeah.
I couldn't immerse myself in the film. I wasn't immersed.
I mean, I can see what you mean. I can understand why you think that, but I didn't think that. So that's my opinion.
What is this? Hey man.
Oh.
Hey man, argue with me.
So okay.
I can see what the fuck was that? I can see why you think that. I disagree. All right then. Well, that's a great.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay. No wait. Okay. So what were we saying? The opening, right? Yeah. So the opening. I saw the with the eagle, with it doing the fly thing. There were some points where the camera did pan weirdly, and I was like, okay, I kind of get that, but I don't know whether that's because I watched your review first and I was expecting the eagle to be bad, or whether it just was. But I noticed it at the beginning, but other than that, I thought it looked fine.
It's not that it looked bad. Like the first one did look bad. The rest didn't look bad. I just didn't think they were necessary after like the first, like because every time they're the same. I'm like, all right, we get it. We don't need the eagle every time.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
The sequence. Like after like the first two, I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. And then I had to eagle every time. I'm like, there's no point to this at all.
I
like
thought it eagled just the right
going.
amount of times. I like the one where it went over like the battle and then like flew up like the wall or whatever.
That was the first. No, that was the first like proper time, not the.
Oh, so it was okay. Yeah.
When he's going into the Animus, you know what I mean? Like when he goes into the Animus, because he goes in 3 times.
Yeah.
Every time at the start, there's this eagle panning in. The first time I got it, it actually looked good. It didn't look as bad, but I'm like, after that, I'm like, okay, well, we don't really need it again, do we? We can just kind of pan ourselves, can't we? Like,
It
what are we
did
doing?
do it a lot. That's true, actually. There's a lot of eagles
It was a
flying
lot of
around
eagles.
everywhere.
I'm like, if the audience didn't know, but eagles are important to the assassins somehow. These terrorists that have no souls. Like, seriously though, like,
Oh, God.
if as a fan you're watching this, right?
Yeah.
You get that the assassins are the good guys. You know this going in. Like, well, okay, the assassins are the good guys. Like, and it's not that people always argue because people are fucking crazy on the internet. Well, I can see how the assassins are actually bad guys, and that Rodrigo Borgia really had a point when he was fighting Ezio. Like, it's just like people being like hipster Assassin's Creed fans, like shit.
Yeah.
Then you've got in this movie, if you're not a fan and you don't have a preconceived idea of the assassins, because I went in and I was watching it, I watched it as a critical reviewer of films. I wasn't watching it as an Assassin's Creed fan.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I need this film to be good. As a Assassin's Creed fan, it needs to fit in the lore, because I'll notice when it doesn't, but I want it to be able to be like a movie that has a good structure and flow, can stand on its own, and a general person can walk in and be like, oh, I like this, it's interesting, I might want to play the games now. Whereas no, because I can't see how any person that's not a fan would watch the movie and go, the assassins are really good guys, eh? Like, I really like, they're fighting for fighting the good fight. Like, they were literally the soulless terrorists.
That's true.
Soulless terrorists, no personalities. They're literally the least personalities of all the people. They weren't humans. Callum Lynch was the most like mute, like dull person ever of all time.
Yeah.
And all those other characters were just pointless. Like, who were they? One of them died. I'm like,
One of them
don't
died.
care.
Who died?
Okay, well, there we go. There's your point. There it is.
Who died?
One of them, I don't know his name, but he died at the end before they escaped Abstergo.
Oh, the dude with the beard.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Not
I
the-
remember. Yeah, he was like, because he was fighting
like-
around in the control room or whatever, and like smashing shit, and then they came and like grabbed him. I remember it.
And then he died. Yeah.
Did he
And now
die?
he's dead.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes,
Okay, well I don't care.
who cares? I know. That's my point. Jesus Christ. Did you understand at the start of the movie? We're jumping around a bit here, but this is kind of how this is flowing. At the start of the movie, where Callum, because you've got this kid Callum, and obviously this is their main dude, and for some reason it goes from Spain where it's all sandy and dusty. I'm like, okay, I guess that's the aesthetic of the ancestor storyline, and then it's all sandy and dusty and looks the same, and we're in fucking like America in New Mexico or some shit, in fucking Albuquerque or something, and he's on his bike on the roof or some shit. Templars show up. Alan Rickman's there for some. Sorry, my bad. Alan Rickman's there for some reason.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, he has to be there when they kill random assassins.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. He's the CEO of Abstergo. What the fuck's he doing? Oh God, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't he pay people to do this? Doesn't he pay people good money to do things for
Yeah,
him? Why is he there?
why is he so involved? That's really weird. And also, I noticed that the car he was in had like a little Templar thing hanging from like the mirror, because Templars have to, let everyone know that they're Templars, in case there's assassins around. They don't want to be inconspicuous or anything. That was a bit weird.
Well, just in case we didn't know, they're the Templars. And then his mother's dead. His mother's standing there dead, and then like the father's there. I'm like, I was sitting there like, what, was the mother a Templar? Like, what's? Because obviously this kid doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is his dad an assassin and the mum's a Templar or some shit? And then it's like, no, the dad just killed her because DNA is important. I hate to break it to you, man, but
It's so stupid.
Like, well, but then you let your son live. I'm like, you couldn't. Your
Kind of
wife
a waste, isn't it? That's kind of a waste.
Well, think about it this way, James. Your wife's a trained assassin, but you didn't. You thought your kid had a better chance of getting away than. Oh, okay. I see the thinking there, mate. I see the thinking. Yep. Cool.
Imagine
I know,
how
I get
stupid, he knows that his wife's dead, and he's kind of just there thinking, wait, I let my son go who has the same DNA. It was kind of a waste of time killing my wife at this point. Like, could have let her live.
That's true. And there's Templars there, and he's like killed his wife, and he's just standing there staring at a blank TV. I'm like, well, hey man, let's maybe get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here. I don't know. My bad.
He was standing there waiting for his son to come in so he could turn around with dramatic effect.
There was so much dramatic turning around for no reason, and it had no effect whatsoever. So much turning around.
Oh,
Stop turning around, guys. Like, I don't care about your storylines. It has no impact whatsoever.
Oh,
Stop
God.
staring into space while the camera looks at you. Callum, why are you staring into space for 10 minutes in the Animus and looking at these ghosts of like the bleeding effect that somehow has taken an extreme effect on you after about 30 seconds you've been in the Animus?
Oh, God.
And your mum's there and she says lines like, that's not how I felt like Harrison Ford, he goes, that's not how the Force works. And his mother talks to him like a ghost. I'm like, that's not how the bleeding effect works. That's not how it works.
It's just not. It's so fucking weird. Why?
And then when this is like, we are jumping around a bit again because this is at the end now where he's out of the Animus and he's finally found the apple. And apparently it's ridiculous. And he's just staring, and his mother talks to him like a ghost. I'm like, that's not how the bleeding effect works. Stands there for about 10 minutes while like Arno and every other shit assassin standing around him.
Every other shit assassin.
And then all of a sudden the modern day assassins break in, and they're all like, it's like this. It isn't at all. It's not epic at all, but it's supposed to be like real epic because it does those like real zoom in and they stare into space shot like they were smiling, nodding at Callum.
Yeah.
Where here I'm like, who are you? I don't know any of you. Why is this important at all? And then one of them died. I'm like, yeah, I obviously don't care. I obviously don't care. You didn't earn the right to make that cool dramatic shot where you're like, yeah, they showed up, save the day. Yeah. No, you're shit. And I don't know who you are.
It's like trying to condense like every Star Wars movie into one movie. I feel like that's the kind of thing that happened. I feel like it's like they had a storyline there that could have spanned a couple of movies, but they kind of rushed everything into one, and it kind of feels really like I feel like we needed more time with the characters to develop any kind of.
No, it was good. I thought the movie was about 2 hours too long, if you ask me, but I was all set with the time I had.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Did you read just as a little side thing, did you read like the thing where he said, the dude that directed the movie or whatever, he was like, if I was to make a second one, it would be set in Russia or something during the Cold War?
Yeah, well, it already sounds like, I can tell by watching his first movie that he hates money, so like, I'd definitely set it in the Cold War in Russia. That's probably a good idea, actually. Yeah, I mean, if you hate money, good idea. That's great marketing. Good job. People would love that. People really love that sort of shit. They love just depressing, decrepit, old, shitty places like Russia and the Cold War. Let's do it.
I wondered whether they'd still follow Callum Lynch or whether he just wants to set it in the Cold War, because he didn't really say anything about Callum Lynch. He kind of left that alone. So, like, I mean, if they make a sequel that doesn't continue on, I think less people are gonna like it. Because I think I would.
Callum Lynch could have said no dialogue the whole movie, and I would still think of him the exact same way. Like, he could have been a deaf mute. And I would be like, let's care about him about the same amount. He has the same amount of character.
He's a bit weird, isn't he? He's a bit sporadic.
Well, I didn't understand his character at all. I'm like trying to understand him. One minute he's super angry at the world. The next minute he's like trying to get along with the Templars. The next minute he's like, they beat him up and he starts singing. Like
that annoyed me so much. It was like the bleeding effect was so heavily affecting him, and he'd been in the Animus for 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck?
And he's singing? He's singing.
That was so weird.
Are you the Joker or something? Like, what the fuck is going on? Are you the bad guy? I was like, so are you telling me that the Rikens are the good guys and you're the bad guy? I don't know, man.
God.
I didn't know. I could not tell. The only characters I like, and this is what we get to about 40-minute mark, and it was just so sporadic. The whole thing was ridiculous. Like, in the first 40 minutes, terribly paced. Everything that they were trying to explain was, first of all, explained badly and explained wrong and was against the law. So the first one was made me mad as a fan, and as a moviegoer, general moviegoer, also made me mad. And then Jeremy Irons finally shows up, who plays Alan Riken. And what are you laughing at?
No.
Yeah. And I finally, because I remember messaging you, going, I think I might walk out, to be honest, because this is actually horrendous. Like, I can't watch this bullshit. I was waiting. I was like, "Is this over yet?" And I'm like, "Shit, it's only been 40 minutes." I actually was like, "Is this over? This has to be near the end now." And it wasn't even close. But when Jeremy Irons showed up, it started to like okay, he had some scenes that started saving it. I liked his character. I liked the way he played Riken, and why stop laughing? The movie is canon. His name's Riken, even though I just played heaps of Assassin's Creed last night, and they said Riken at least 7 times. But whatever, it's not a big deal. The movie's bigger than the games. That's what I mean. But yeah, like he and Marion is it Cotillard or Cotillard?
Collard. There's a T
Cotillard,
in there.
yeah. Cotillard, yeah, I thought so. Those two were by far the best actors in the movie, and were by far the best characters in the movie.
Yeah,
Every other character was uninteresting, undeveloped, and shit. Just pure. It was pure shit. Oh god, Aguilar. Face. Get the fuck out of my face. You stupid fucking dickhead.
Yeah, well. Oh,
literally,
God.
You're ISIS. You are ISIS. You just say things for like you like seriously, just like for the assassins. Like why? Just cause. Now let's kill people mindlessly for 10 minutes. Run away.
So
leap
weird.
a faith off. And I laugh so hard. I'm like, oh, is he gonna jump in a hay bale? No, they desync him. And I'm like, of course, they don't even show what he jumps into. They're too fucking bullshit. They're too chicken to show him jumping in a hay bale.
Yeah, that was annoying. Yeah, because there's like they fucking showed that big leap of faith in the trailer of like jumping off the tower. That never happens in the movie. It's
it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
The big leap of faith doesn't happen.
Yeah, it does.
You being sarcastic, aren't you?
No, it does. It happens in the first or the second
it doesn't
memory.
Ever happen. There's a leap of faith that happens, but it's not the leap of faith from the trailer.
Is it not?
No, the leap no. The leap of faith in the movie, he jumps off of some scaffolding. The leap of faith from the trailer, he jumps off that huge tower.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And that never happens. There's also noticed there's a bunch of lines
yeah.
that never happen. Like there's a bunch of things from the trailer that just aren't in the movie. There's that scene where Callum Lynch says, "I'm beginning to like this" in the trailer. That never happens in the movie. I don't think he ever talks to Alan Riken either.
In the movie, he does. Yes.
At what point?
Riken. That's Riken.
Oh, when he comes into the cell, doesn't he? But is there that bit when?
Then he tells him about his dad because for some reason their dad just happens to also be in Spain at the Abstergo facility at the same time. Just because
weird.
This whole movie has to happen within like 2 rooms, so we have to have all these modern day characters just happen to be in the same place at the same time in this facility. Terrible movie, terrible writing. Like makes no sense at all. But
why are they all in that facility as well?
Just because, man. Just cause.
What's so important about Madrid?
Madrid. Well, Spain things.
Oh, but it's kind of the same way that Desmond was in Italy in the modern day.
I guess, sure. I guess it is. That was retcon, but sure, I guess it is.
Yeah, it definitely was, right?
Oh yeah.
You know what's weird though? This is a bit off topic, but I did want to bring this up. Is that when you everyone's American, and everything's written in English in Abstergo in AC2. Yep. But when you're in the hideout and you look outside, it's clearly like Italy.
Florence, yeah.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Well, I mean, in the hideout, you just assume it's the assassins, that group there, so that's why they speak English. And you don't see anyone else who speaks English, right? Yeah. Oh, at the end when the Abstergo guy shop, they do. But I love, because I was playing Lost Archives, I don't know if it was last night or the night before, but when they do the memories in Abstergo when you're Clay, all the people are Italian except Vidic.
Oh.
Because you hear voices going.
Though.
Yeah, because you hear voices going. Have you heard about the assassin? Ezio Auditore. Si, Ezio Auditore. And then Vidic goes, find out about this Ezio. And then I'm like,
oh god, that's shit. Why'd they do that? That's weird though. No, it doesn't. What? Because there was no Italian writing anywhere in
Because it
Abstergo.
was retcon, bro.
But that's so fucking retarded. Did they retcon it midway through development, though?
No, you don't understand. It's Animusception because we're playing an Abstergo Entertainment version, playing Desmond, playing the Animus. So the Animus was just translating for us, James. That's all.
Okay.
They were always speaking
whatever.
Italian.
Okay, I'm sure they were.
What's the matter, you, James?
Fuck. Oh god. But like Lucy drives from Abstergo to the hideout.
Yep.
And then you're in
Sure.
Italy in the hideout.
Yep.
So you had to be in Italy the whole time.
In Rome. Yeah, well, you are in Italy the whole time. It's in Rome.
But why is nothing in Italian? It's fucking stupid.
It's because they retconned it, man. It's because they obviously retconned it.
They retcon it midway through development. Like, because at one point in the game you're in Abstergo and then you're in the hideout, and in the hideout's clearly in Italy. So how was the Abstergo facility not in Rome at that point? Because it should have been.
It wasn't in Rome in the first game.
But in the second game it wasn't either, because they're all American and all of the writing is in English, not Italian.
Oh yeah, we just forget about it, eh? You're thinking critically here, man. What are you doing? They don't like us.
Stupid.
Ubisoft don't like us when we do this. They don't like us when we think critically. It's like religion. They don't like when you ask questions. It's just be quiet and say your prayers and eat your vitamins.
Oh
brother.
god.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Well.
The characters of the movie are hilarious. Like, honestly, the worst piles of dick ever, man. Like, can we talk about this Aguilar and this ancestor storyline real quick?
Yeah.
Because you could cut out the first two parts and have only the final scene. Would not change anything.
Yeah.
The first two scenes add nothing to the movie. They don't add character because literally Aguilar goes to Maria in Spanish for the assassins and then proceeds to kill some people.
Yeah.
Then in the second one, breaks free, proceeds to kill some people. Like, and obviously you could tell there's some sort of love interest, but but we want to be terrorists first and then we'll love each other second.
Yeah, it was actually really fucked. Like, it was like, we can't have emotions because of the creed. Like, I don't understand. Why were they... It was so weird, because the creed isn't really like that. Like...
It's literally like ISIS, man. Like, we're watching ISIS. Yeah, they were literally just terrorizing people.
It was weird. It was really a bit weird. And then also, I noticed as well, because obviously the last scene with Aguilar's important, because the apple, and you have to see him get the apple. The apple in the past didn't look like the same one as the modern day. I don't know if you noticed that, but to me it looked like the one in the past was the one, this movie apple that just looks like fucking shit. And then the one in the modern day just looked like the normal apple to me.
And then it glows green.
Yeah, it glows green. That's but other than that, like the markings on it and shit, it didn't look like the Spanish Inquisition apple at all. It looked like just like, like Ezio's apple or something.
Yeah, I didn't really pay
like
much
it just looked the same. Like it looked like it looked like the Dead King's apple. That's what it reminded me of when it was in the modern day, because it had like the little like indents on it and like compartments for like where it looked like it like opened and shit. But when you were in the Animus with Aguilar, like it just looks different. It just looks like this weird Spanish looking apple. Why did it look Spanish though? Like something about it just felt it didn't look right. It was a fucking weird apple. It looked fucking stupid.
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I love though how the apple, right? Because he takes that. They were stupid looking, but like he takes the apple, and he gives it to Christopher Columbus, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I see what they're trying to do. That was the most Assassin's Creed thing I saw in the whole movie. Was like actual historical figures showing up.
Yeah.
And there's a piece of it. But I love how this guy traveled all around the world and still managed to have the apple until he died and buried it with him. I'm like, bullshit. Just would not happen.
He was with Ezio as well.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was with Ezio.
Ezio
probably
never
around the
found
same
that
time.
apple.
No, he found a different apple, but yeah.
That's hilarious. The entire time he was with him.
Ezio wouldn't have had the apple, man. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Aguilar was the last person no one told the apple.
Fuck.
That's all. Yeah, you know what I mean. All the,
yeah.
Even though Abstergo literally had an apple in the 20s and 30s and 40s, and they gave it to Hitler at one point, and it's all in this,
Oh
glyphs.
god, yeah, they did.
It's all in the
Fucking hell.
glyphs. But no, they
Fucking
didn't have it.
hell.
The last person known to have an apple was, Aguilar in 1492. So, George Washington didn't have an apple.
What the fuck?
There was no Shroud of Eden either at any point with Jacob and Evie. Arno didn't have an apple. Or the Sword of Eden, for that matter, that, Joan of Arc had, and was literally in a book that was set just before
Oh my
the
god.
movie is set. And when
Yeah.
Alan Riken has the sword in his office, but he does in the movie because,
He doesn't even know it exists in the movie.
well, the games are wrong. The games
Oh
and the
god.
is wrong. The movie is all-seeing and all-knowing. The movie is perfect in all ways.
Wow, what a piece of shit.
Yes, James, it is a piece of shit. How did you miss that
Nah,
watching
look,
it?
look, the thing is,
How did you miss it? It was the biggest pile of dicks I've ever seen in my entire life.
Look, no. Okay. I can understand why it's bad, and I can
It's horrible.
talk about it, but
It's
the thing is,
embarrassing.
I still enjoyed it because when I watched it, I just watched it
Try
as its
watching
own
it
thing and disconnected it.
watching
Just
it
I
Try
might
watching
do.
it.
I might do.
You'll fucking hate it.
I might do. Yeah, I might do. I just, yeah. Well, I still enjoyed it, but I definitely can see what's wrong with it. Plus, all the lore in it was pretty fucking shit. Like,
I need to know, James, how someone as smart, I guess it's because he's so nice, but as smart as Luma would say the words, and I'm not going to quote him here because I don't know the exact, I'm paraphrasing, that it stays true to the canon.
what? Did he actually say
canon.
this?
He said that when he saw the movie. I'm like, oh, that's good to know. Maybe it's made for fans, not for general moviegoers.
Shit.
Even though obviously it should have been made for general moviegoers, which it wasn't. But when I watched, I'm like, oh, it wasn't made for anybody. It shouldn't have ever.
It wasn't made for anybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like general movie fans would hate it. Like they're like, I don't understand anything that's going on. This is so stupid. What the fuck's the apple? I don't understand why this is a thing. And then, so general moviegoers aren't going to enjoy it, and I don't see how any Assassin's Creed fan could enjoy it because it's an abysmal law-breaking piece of shit, and it's not even unique. It doesn't even stand alone. It literally has the exact same storyline of every Assassin's Creed ever. Here's a modern-day character. Here's an ancestor. Find a piece of Eden. Roll credits. You're done. There's nothing unique about this movie.
I need to talk to Luma about the movie. I need to understand why do you think it stayed true to law? It doesn't. What? Like, Luma's a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. What the fuck?
I'd like to know one way it stayed true to law. Like, even the assassins, no. Why they're cutting off fingers in 1492 makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, did it stay true to law in any way?
Yeah, I don't think it did though.
That's...
I mean, I'm pretty sure Aguilar at one point when I laughed. I actually laughed a couple of times in the movie. Like, I actually would laugh out loud at things happening because it's so stupid. Like, Aguilar gets the apple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Maria dies, and who fucking cares anyway? And he grabs the apple. And he stabs the priest dude, like the fat priest, and he runs out and he runs for a while and he gets outside, and then the priest shows up like further away from him, like the priest overtook him.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
And I'm looking, I'm going, what the fuck's going on? And then why is the priest there? Why does he have teleportation? What the fuck's happening?
Yeah, that's weird.
And he's fat, and I'm like, he didn't run there, that fucking chubby motherfucker. And then Aguilar leap of faith off into the water, and like Matrix stops mid jump to throw a knife in the water, or something in the water that would break his fall.
Yeah, I think it was a knife. Yeah.
Cool story, bro. Cool fucking story.
Why didn't
bro.
he use the apple either?
I was just hoping he'd hit cliffs and die.
Did he not use the apple because of first Civ DNA? Was that a thing, or do you think it's just a coincidence?
Well, try to explain to anyone who watched that movie that's never played Assassin's Creed what first Civ DNA is.
It's there's these people that came before. They don't talk about them in the movie, but they do exist. I promise.
What do you mean? People that came before? What does that mean? People that came before, like their parents.
Like
James, explain this to me. You're a fan of Assassin's Creed. I'm not. I don't understand.
I'm half laughing and half.
This movie is a pile of dicks, James. It's terrible. It's terrible. There's nothing fun about it. All the scenes that are fun in Assassin's Creed, like, terrible.
Oh
It's
god.
horrendous pile of shit.
Oh god. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
We're all free to have our own opinions, but you're wrong.
It was, yeah, well, I mean, I'm still gonna stand by that I enjoyed it, but it was pretty shit, actually.
Yeah, it was, obviously. But of course it was.
God, fuck. Well, it's, yeah, no, actually, so I don't think anything stayed true to lore, actually. Anything.
Yep. No, it did not. The paint,
like...
so funny, that painting of,
oh, God, yeah.
what's his name? Oh, God.
Savonarola.
Savonarola with the apple. I'm like, but that happened 5 years after Aguilar had the apple. I thought Aguilar was the last person to have the apple.
Wasn't it also dated 1492 as well? The painting.
I guess maybe.
I think it was. I think because he said. Because I think then he never said that, did he? Because it came out. He was talking about Aguilar, but I swear I saw it.
Well, Savonarola is a person who had the apple until 1497. So I don't care when it was painted. They knew he had an apple until he died in 1497.
Because he got it in 1486, was it? No.
88.
That's the one.
Yeah, because that's when, or 89. It's when.
The Battle of Forli. It's one of those. I know it was in the 1480s anyway.
Because Ezio was 27 when he became an assassin. 88, I'm pretty sure, is when Machiavelli shows up and he's 17, which would have been at 86, right? So maybe it's 86, but maybe the Battle of Forli was like 2 years later.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay. Yep, 88. I should know this.
What were they doing for those 2 years, though? They got the apple, and then they were like, "Let's take it to Forli." JK, let's do something else now. And then he loses the apple, and then he's like, Ezio's like, "Oh no, Savonarola has the apple." And then the guy's like, "Oh, maybe he took it back to Firenze." And Ezio's like, "I shall go back to Firenze." And then he goes and discovers America. Because he's a fucking retard.
Poor Christopher Columbus. History has a strange way of unfolding.
Wait, why didn't he just go back to Florence and find him?
James, because Savonarola didn't die until.
Oh, fuck's sake! It doesn't make sense. Just let him have the apple later on. Yeah, that's true.
Turn this whole conversation around into Ezio doesn't make sense. You don't make sense. You can't handle the truth.
It's weird though, because there's a lot of things in Assassin's Creed that actually don't make sense, and.
I mean, if you really what did I just tell you? Stop asking questions.
Yeah, that's true. I should accept it. We should move
on. But Ryder, why does it say Riken? I thought it was Rickon. Stop asking questions. Stop it.
What happened there? Like, because it's Rickon. What happened? Like,
what do you mean?
I don't understand. Did someone just pronounce it wrong and they went with it, or did they specifically say no? It's Riken. You have to say it like this.
No, it was always Riken. Pretty sure.
I'm upset.
Yeah, well, you should be. It was an insulting movie. Let's be real here. Like, the amount, like, how little Ancestor storyline was in there was good, only because the Ancestor storyline was nothing. Like, literally nothing happened.
That's true.
Guess the action was kind of good, well choreographed, but was meaningless action. It's like watching a fan film. Like, they're doing a test scene of what an Assassin's Creed movie would look like, where you don't actually have a scene before it or after, where you have to deal with, like, consequences. And because it's all in Spanish, right? So there's no, like, dialogue. You notice when they run around, there's not a person talking ever. There's no dialogue going on whatsoever. It's all just, like, a bunch of mutes running around. There's no yelling. It's just silent. Watch it again. It's so weird. So weird.
Why'd they even do it in Spanish anyway?
Because the Animus can't translate. What do you mean? When has the Animus ever been able to translate language? It's 2016. It's the latest Animus technology. If this can't translate language, what other Animus could?
Oh, God, that's funny. Also, why is the Animus 2.0 in Abstergo as well? In the background. Why is it there?
Questions.
It doesn't make sense.
How many times do I have to tell you? Stop critically thinking.
Why is it in Madrid as well? You would have thought they'd take it to Rome if they were going to take it anyway. Plus, when they found it, assumingly they found it, which would have been in Assassin's Creed 3, it didn't even fucking look like that. It was like just like there was no seat. Like Desmond had to lay on a rock because Rebecca thought that made more sense.
Well, it wasn't rock. It was obsidian.
Well, that's a rock though.
Yeah, but I think it had like powers. I don't know.
Nah, it didn't have powers. It was just stupid.
Okay, well,
It wasn't even a seat. Like she took off the comfy seat and Desmond had to just lay on the fucking rock.
welcome to the Kill Connor Clubhouse, where we just spend the whole hour talking shit about Assassin's Creed in general and every flaw it's ever had.
Oh
ever.
god, I'd love to go through everything. That's hilarious. There's so many things that just don't make sense. It's beautiful.
I mean, I could happily spend like 5 hours talking about the movie and everything that's wrong with it, but it's longer than it deserves.
Yeah,
Like,
there's not much
the
really
modern day-
there.
Explain the modern day story to me, James. Please somehow
Okay,
explain
so-
the structure of that.
Okay,
storyline.
let's go through this. So Callum Lynch is a kid. He's on his bike. He's riding about. He comes home. His mum's dead. His dad dramatically turns around after watching some static on a TV, and
But can you clarify? So his dad killed his mother because she has important DNA, but then didn't kill the son
Yes.
because he has the ability to somehow escape Templars, but a trained assassin woman doesn't?
well, you see,
So
Callum
what are you saying?
Lynch.
If the Assassin's Creed movie is sexist, I'm triggered by this.
The thing is, the reason he knew
They're
that
saying
Callum
that men are better than women. I don't accept that. That's
could get
rude.
away is because
I'm gonna
Callum
block him on.
has leveled up his stealth skill tree so he can go invisible when he crouches. That's canon. Callum Lynch can go invisible. He has the chameleon ability. And he escapes. I don't know where he goes. But he gets out of there. Later on, he's a murderer. He's killed someone. I don't know who. I don't think it matters. And then he's executed, but he's not actually executed. And then Sophia Riken takes him to Abstergo and goes through his memories. And there's some shit in the cafeteria, and there's some other assassins. And then he goes a bit mental. And then he's alright again afterwards. And then I don't know, he talks to his mum. Oh god. Well, that's the modern day of Assassin's Creed the movie. Hope you enjoyed. Did you die? Tyler. Tyler.
Oh.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What happened?
My bad. Oh, I muted my mic for some reason while I was punching shit.
Oh, okay.
Because I asked a few questions and you
Well,
kept
that's
talking, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this is what we're doing?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, my mic's muted. Okay, well,
There you go.
probably a good idea, so I shut the fuck up once, but, you know, what, not a big deal.
There we go. Assassin's
So
Creed.
why is his dad there again? Because his dad's there also, as well.
Oh, because he has to be to progress the plot, I think.
Yep. And then he, all of a sudden, he sees his dad, and then he wants to help destroy the assassins. And then
Yes.
somehow, and then he goes from wanting to help the Templars to destroy the assassins, and then he goes into Aguilar's memories and he sees Maria die,
Yeah.
the person he doesn't know, and then he wants to join the assassins and murder the people he was just helping. Is that, am I right now?
He also,
Am I right
yeah,
now?
well, I mean, first he has to see Arno and a bunch of other assassins, and then his mum. And then
Well, what does
he
that
wants
do?
to join
Because-
the assassins.
But James, in Assassin's Creed lore, would like he'd just see them, they wouldn't do anything because the bleeding effect. They don't. Yeah, they're just like.
Surely, maybe he's
memories.
imagining it.
No,
Maybe
what?
maybe it's his memories.
What are you talking about? He has a dialogue conversation with his mother.
Maybe, yeah, but maybe she's just saying that. Maybe it's a conversation he had when he was a kid and he just remembers it.
What? She's looking up at him.
Oh, fuck it, I don't know. Fuck off. Shit movie.
Shit is a shit movie. It's a real bad movie.
I still enjoyed it. Just
No,
just
you
to stand by
don't.
that.
No, you
People-
didn't.
people-
What?
I
You
did
did
enjoy
not.
it.
You're a liar.
No,
You're an
because
absolute liar.
because when I watched it, I just watched it as if it was separate. I know it's not separate,
not.
but that's what I
can't-
did. And now it's alright. But it's not when you try and link it up.
So you want a sequel to this movie? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't mind.
What do you mean? No.
I don't.
Do you
I
want
don't.
a sequel?
Well, I don't. I don't not want one. Like, but I don't really want one. Like, if there's not one, I don't really care. But if there is one, I'll be like, okay, cool. So that's how
Okay,
it
then.
is. It's kind of
Yep.
indifferent. It doesn't really matter. Like, yeah,
I
they can have
definitely-
another go. If it's, you know,
Jesus Christ. Okay.
if the next one's bad, I mean, there won't be a next one because they've lost a lot of money on it.
Set it in 1389 in Serbia. That's what I'm saying. Marketability,
Oh,
rate setting.
God.
Definitely. So you'll about 10 people watch the movie. They'll do real well. Probably that's about 5 more people than already saw the first one. So you've doubled your audience there. So that's all right.
Oh, that's great.
Cold War. Why don't you do that? 15 people might go see it, and they're all from Russia. And they thought they were actually watching the Russian translation of some like 70s movie that never made it to Russia for some reason because they're 40 years behind us in movies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They're watching Good Will Hunting, the Russian translation.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Will, why you no love? Will, why you no love her?
What is going on? This is the Kill Corner Clubhouse, everyone. This is what it is. This is what we do.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
I'd love a sequel because the first one is canon and pure gold. Please give me second movie
Oh,
set
God.
in Cold War. Give me second movie set in 1389 Serbia.
I don't think Ubisoft will want another one. I think they're just like, yeah, no.
Well,
We're
they
not-
lost a lot of money.
They're
lost
not
millions of
behind
dollars.
it. They don't want it. Just make games. They're good at that. I mean,
Are they though?
it's debatable.
That's debatable.
They're alright at that.
They're pretty good. They do alright.
Yeah, it's hit and miss. 50-50.
It is, yeah, well, I mean, if you look at the lifespan of it, it's 50-50. If you look at the last couple of years, it's definitely not 50-50.
It's a bit zero.
Out of 10, what would you rate it?
The movie,
Yep,
obviously. What would I rate it?
a dick. Let's see the movie.
What would I rate it? Like a 6.5.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
What
give
would
it
you
about
rate
a 2.
Oh, fuck
2.
me. That's less than I
Yeah.
gave Unity. Jesus Christ.
Well, it's worse than... I'd rather play Assassin's Creed 3 than watch that movie again.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah, 100%. At least there's some quality in Assassin's Creed 3.
Really?
Yeah. I can
Where?
play some naval missions, play some Homestead. At least the gameplay works. The game works. There's a beginning and end. Plays Hatham for a bit. That's a bit of a laugh. And then I can make fun of Connor for a while. Want to kill myself. But it's still less than amount I want to kill myself than when I watch that movie. So
Okay, that's a good point.
it might be a 1 out of 10 because I don't think there's a single thing I enjoyed about that movie. Other than, actually not true again, Jeremy Irons, Marion Cotillard. I enjoyed their performances. I actually genuinely enjoyed their performances.
Yeah, actually, I agree. I like them. They're actually good. I actually
I
enjoyed
would
them.
love to see Sophia Riken in the future games. And why, James, why can't we see Alan Riken in the next game? Why don't you...
Fuck.
He's the main, like the head of Abstergo. He was in the first Assassin's Creed in 2007, and it's been 10 years. He's
But
been
is he
a
though? But is he in that game though? Because he
What do-
definitely doesn't look the same.
What do you mean?
Looks a bit different. Just
Mate,
a,
he just
a
went
little
on,
bit.
He went on, mate. It's 4 years. That was 4 years earlier. He went on Weight Watchers.
But you see him in 1986 when he goes to see the dude's wife's
Yep.
dead.
Yeah, he let himself go. He was a young man. Then he got older, let himself go a bit, and then he's gone back to it because
Lost
he's
his
like he
hair
watched.
too.
Well, because he's like, I'm getting Callum Lynch. And he's like, oh, I
And his
remember when
accent.
I remember when I. Yeah, that's true. I remember when I was there, and I tried to capture Callum Lynch the first time when he was a kid. Oh, I was really skinny then. Oh, I had hair then. And then he went on Weight Watchers, and then he captured Callum. He's like, I don't want. I really like Callum Lynch. I don't want him to judge me and think I'm fat. I want him to see me like I haven't changed. Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah, and then he put on a different accent as well because.
Oh, it's a bit of diversity. It was the Animus translating. Forgot it.
Yeah, we're watching an Abstergo entertainment product. That's what we're doing.
Problem is, the Animus can't translate.
it can't dub. No, see what the issue is. It translated it for Callum Lynch, but because we're watching a translation of the modern day, it also retranslates the past, so it's translating it back into Spanish. That's what's going on.
Why?
Because I don't know.
Fuck you. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So the ending.
Yep. Kill Alan
Where
Riken.
for some reason, you know.
Do you feel like punching yourself in the face every time you say Riken, like I do?
Yeah, a little bit. Riken. Ugh. Well, they killed him for some reason. He's such an elusive, mysterious character. The head of Abstergo Industries, the CEO.
Why is that?
They just kill him.
Can I ask you a bigger question?
Okay.
Because I was flabbergasted. Because if you look at all the glyphs, subject 16 glyphs, because that tells you all the glyphs are about, especially in Brotherhood, are all about Abstergo and their build.
Mm-hmm.
And you read the book, Assassin's Creed Heresy, that's the inner sanctum of the Templars. Not Abstergo.
Yeah.
Of the Templars. Abstergo are the Templars. Alan Riken is the head of the Templars.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Because Abstergo Industries are the Templars. That's what they created it to mask them. He is the head of Abstergo Industries. He's also the head of the Templars.
I think that was retconned though later on.
It was retconned in the fucking movie because
no. Because I always knew there was more Templars.
I never knew there was more. I've known since. When was that established? When was that established?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You've read Heresy like I did. There's only Ricken's the main dude of the Inner Sanctum.
That must be the Inner Sanctum of Abstergo, though.
No, they say Templars. These are the Master Templars. Abstergo are the Templars.
I always knew there was that other, those other guys, though.
When was that ever established?
I don't know. But I always knew it.
No, it's never established ever. At no point was that ever established.
Everyone in the comments, let me know. Did you know, or did I just think I knew? Let me know, because I'm pretty sure I knew.
Because they're like, no, there is, because they fucking jizz their pants over the movie because they're 12.
Still pledge $1 though, guys. It's okay. Don't worry
that's
about
true. Well, I might like you then.
You have to pay for Tyler's approval.
Yes.
Tyler hates everyone unless you pay us money. Fact.
Just begging for money. The $1, guys, is a lot of money. It's $1. For sure, pay it. But they killed the head of the Templars. Whether you would say a head of either way, why is there like 1 million Templars that are just like at this random meeting, and at the front of the building they have the Templar signature on it? Like, how fucking obvious do you want to be?
Oh god, yeah. Well, you know, how else is the audience meant to know? Because obviously they know they're in a movie, and they're like, we need to make sure the audience knows we're the Templars, so let's throw a Templar symbol on the front. That's the Templars' thought process there.
Stab me in the
I don't
face.
think is there ever an assassin symbol in the movie apart from right at the beginning when it shows like the title credits? I don't think there is there?
I have no idea.
Is there ever an Abstergo symbol? Oh, there is. There is actually.
Yeah, there definitely is. Because they show the building. I mean, it was hard to see because of all that sand and dust for some reason, like in front of the building.
Imagine if it was like that in real life.
But it's not that in real life. Why is it sandy and dusty? Why? Why is there a constant dust storm in Madrid? What the fuck?
You're so fucking weird.
Is that the Abstergo symbol in front of the building? I can't see because there's a dust storm going through Spain right now. Why?
They're foreshadowing AC Empire with the sandstorms. That's what they're doing.
Oh, of course, AC Empire confirmed.
Yeah, the whole movie was just AC Empire promotion. That's what it was. All the sand.
It's so bad though. It's like the worst movie ever.
It's not the worst movie ever. There's worse movies.
It's genuinely one of the worst movies I've ever watched in my life. Genuinely, I would say it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's the second worst movie I've ever paid money to see at cinemas. The worst being Fast and Furious 6.
What?
That was the worst. That
was
the
worst movie you've ever seen.
Paid money to see at cinemas. Not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's very different. Like you watch a movie on TV, it's horrendous.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Like, I don't know, because it's so bad I don't really remember it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to remember the worst thing I've ever seen. I remember ones I paid money to go see at cinemas, right? And I only saw Fast and Furious 6 because I literally hadn't seen it since the first one, so I missed all the others.
Well, that's
Because
probably
like a
why you
group of
didn't
friends
like
are
it.
going, and I was like, can we go see something else? They're like, no, we want to see this. And I remember the crowd like applauding and like cheering and laughing at things happening. I'm like, no, it's not funny. What is this? It's the
I
worst
liked
movie ever.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, you would. You also like this movie, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh god. What we talk about? The ending. Let's go. Okay, so the ending. So they kill Alan Riken. They do the Apple Switch thing. Because Callum Lynch thought, while I'm killing this high profile Templar, I better switch out the real apple for an actual apple, because
How did an assassin just walk in to the main Templar gathering, kill the head of the Templars, and then walk away without anybody's? Where's the security?
It's not even like he tried to look like a normal person. Like, he tried to look like an assassin. He's got the hood and everything. He just wanders in.
He literally slits his throat and then walks out.
Oh, fuck me. And also,
No security.
There's no preparation either. It just happens. This super high-profile Templar, the CEO of Abstergo Industries, no preparation. They just kill him. Callum Lynch just fucking kills him. It took Desmond 5 games to kill Vidic, and Callum Lynch kills Alan Riken.
And he needed an apple to do it.
Fucking hell. I just hate that they did that.
The movie should have ended when they escaped Abstergo. It leaves a little bit of a cliffhanger to be like, there's something that's going to happen next. Will the Templars get that apple they were talking about? But then all of a sudden they like have this big dramatic climax. They escape. You're like, oh, cool, they got out. Please don't credits right. And then they have this weird, all of a sudden it goes down. They have this scene where then the Templars get the apple. All of a sudden this random Templar woman that's apparently higher ranking than Rickon, doesn't exist, never been established in the law ever, just shows up randomly as a new character in the movie in the final 5 minutes. And then there's this big Templar scene. Assassins kill him. No, nothing else. And then they stand on a roof and stare into the moon.
They got pretty far away in that short space of time.
Well, you know, he rode his bike.
He rode his bike. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, yeah, I mean,
just can't say anything really good about this movie, to be honest. It's just so bad.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize I can't either, but I still enjoyed it. Still had a good time. I will stand by that forever.
No, you won't. You'll change your mind.
I will.
Like,
no, I have to.
Else.
I have to, because I can't change my mind again. I do it every time. It's not happening this time.
So I'm trying to be hipster. You know it's bad.
I know it's bad, but I still enjoyed it.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
I don't want to watch it again. I don't really care if there's another one. Like, I would kind of like another one, but like,
why?
I don't care that. I don't know. I just kind of
want
want
to
see another one.
It's also going to not like. What's it going to go against what it established in the first game by actually trying to do the law properly, or is it'll just continue to shit on the law? Be set in
I
Russia.
Think I'd like if they were just like, if they just uncannoned it. Like, just get rid of it. Just take it out of canon. Can they not just? I'm sure they can just do that. Be like, this isn't canon.
I'm sure they could, but
they
they
should
won't,
do that.
though.
Surely, come on. We should make a petition, because we definitely know those work and aren't useless. I mean, on its own, Noah's canon, it'd definitely be better. And like, also that means that the games won't be so heavily affected as well by like killing fucking Alan Riken as well.
Rickon? It's fucking Rickon. I can't say shit anymore.
So they called him Rickon. In the movie, they've now called him Riken. In the next game, because I'm sure they're going to reference the fact that he was killed.
Sure.
What are they going to call him?
They'll call him Rickon, I guarantee you. I guarantee they'll call him Rickon.
Yeah,
How much
do
you want to bet?
How
much money do you want to bet?
Nah, they will. I don't want to bet because I agree with you. That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, they'll call him Rickon. Yeah.
I've been watching so many good movies lately. I'll tell you what I'm doing this year. I'm doing something special this year.
Okay.
Every new movie, not every movie I watch But in every movie I haven't seen that I watch this year, I'm writing down and running a rating for it.
Okay.
So at the end of the year, on the last podcast of the year, I can sit down and go through every new movie I watch. I'm trying to go back and
That's
watch all these
literally what
old
Nick
movies I've
did.
never seen.
Went through everything you watched ever.
Yeah, that's true. But they were all supposed to be new movies, like movies from this year. Yeah, he did that.
Oh yeah,
But actually, I'm not going to ask what's your favorite movie of the year. I'm going to be like, well, these are all the movies I've seen. I'll let you know beforehand. I won't. You won't ask me, hey, Charles, what's your favorite movie this year? And then I'll read off this list.
That's great.
I've watched one of the best movies I've ever seen and one of the worst movies I've ever seen back to back as my first two movies I watched this year. I watched Assassin's Creed movie first, one of the worst films I've ever seen.
Okay.
Then I watched Room,
which
was unbelievable.
That is a good movie.
Unbelievable. I did message you when I was watching it. I'm like, dude, I'm crying right now. This shit's fucking powerful.
Yeah.
That's a powerful movie.
That was a good movie. That was a good movie.
So powerful. Yeah, there's no need for a sequel. In what way? I got so off track there. I don't know why I did that. I only went into that movie list because I wrote a rating for the Assassin's Creed movie. So when I said rating, I'm like, what did I put down? I put down 2.
Okay.
So I just wanted to talk about it for some reason. What do you want? If like you said that you don't want it to be canon, that would be preferable. I'd agree. I'd prefer if it's not canon, but it is.
Yeah, it is.
So what do you want to see that you saw in the movie, in the games? Please say nothing, please.
Sophia.
But yeah, your opinion. Oh yeah, that's true. I agree actually. Sophia, as long as Marion Cotillard's voicing and acting as her, does like the mocap shit.
For sure.
Otherwise,
And
get the fuck out of my.
I want the sick ass new animus in the games. So we can have Desmond's son flying around the room.
Can we, whenever we're doing like playing as our assassin in Egypt, can we just cut away like when he does a combo kill to the animus and Desmond's son?
Oh no, nah! Oh my god! Just as you said that, I'm like imagining that actually happening though, because
fucking shit awesome.
Because I'm imagining like if they had the animus, like I feel like that's a thing they do, like the way you had the slow-mo final kills in Revelations. When you do a final kill, it'll cut and you'll see your modern day protagonist in the animus doing the combo kill as well. I feel like they could do that.
I'd rather literally slit my own throat.
It feels like the game will be great, but there'll just be this one thing, and it's that will just make me hate it.
Not that I'll buy the disc for it. I'll get the digital copy for free. But if like Empire had that, like not even that it does that. I mean, like if that stupid animus, the crane, Dr. Octopus's tentacles from Spider-Man, is the new animus again. I will snap the disc. I will not play it.
I think that it will be in the game, but I don't think you'll use it.
God damn it!
I feel like you'll see it, or they'll talk about it. Like it'll exist, but I don't think you'll use it. I think you'll use a normal animus. Like, to me, I don't know. It depends, because if you're in Abstergo, then depends where in Abstergo, and also, I don't know. Yeah, nah, because you'll probably have to be with Abstergo if it's Desmond's son, because Abstergo's the only one that knows about it. So, you know, that's a thing. But hopefully we don't get the big gold crane, and hopefully, you know, everything is good with that. But I mean, what happens to Abstergo now anyway? After Alan Ricken's dead, what do we do?
Well, I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
I guess Sophia takes, yeah.
I guess, which doesn't really make sense because she's barely a Templar. Like she didn't even want to. Like what? That's a weird thing. Like she's supposed to be a Templar, right? And Alan Ricken's like, so we're gonna use the apple for this. Obviously, what Templars do, try to control everyone. And she goes, "What? No." And I'm like, "What? You don't know that's the whole point of what you do?"
Yeah, it's weird as well, because surely she was raised as a Templar as well. So surely she just, you know.
Surely, but no. Nah, man. What are you talking about?
That's fucking weird. But like,
yeah,
I suppose Sophia will take over, which doesn't really make sense because she's not really a huge high-ranking Templar. Plus, didn't the main Templar woman want to disband Abstergo anyway? They're like, no, let's get rid of it. We want to stop funding it.
What? Oh, dude, I couldn't deal with that shit if they did that. Abstergo are the modern day fucking Templars. That bitch can fuck off. Get the fuck out of my face. There's no established outside people that are more important than Abstergo and the Templars. There are outside people I know, obviously there has to be. That's why there's Abstergo Industries, all this certain shit. There's outside influences in the Templars, but Abstergo is the main
They're not.
company. Yes,
No,
100%
they're
are.
not. They're not.
Yeah.
I swear I knew this before the movie.
No, man, they are.
They're
They
not.
are.
They're just a part of the Templars. Is
No, they're not,
Abstergo.
because
Yeah,
it's Abstergo. They
they
talk about all the time in the Rise of Abstergo. Play the Brotherhood glyphs. Play the Brotherhood glyphs. They literally explain it. What Abstergo does. That's how they own all these other companies. Fucking Coke, all these other consumer companies. Abstergo own bits of everything.
But
Because
surely,
Abstergo is the main money fund source, and apparently there's some other Templars that spend $3 billion. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Abstergo makes them all their money. Abstergo is the name they use to buy out.
wait. Yeah, how the
buy
fuck do they fund Abstergo? Surely Abstergo is the money.
Yes, James, because Abstergo are the Templars. There's outside Templars, of course they have to. There's people in politics and all that sort of shit, but they're the main ones. The inner sanctum of the Templars are explained in the latest book.
See, I always knew there was always the Templar, that one woman that was above Alan Rickon. I always
When?
knew about her.
When?
I don't know. I think she was in the
I need
comics
to know
a couple of years ago.
Oh, fuck off with the
But it's
comic.
lore. But that's canon lore.
No, I get it now, but like, what? I hate that that's there because I don't even know that.
That's true. I don't know how I knew that. I just knew about her. What's her fucking name? It's like she has like a title that's like, it's like a cool name for the head of the Templar or something. Templars or something.
It's becoming so convoluted because I've just played the Ezio collection, right? Which of course are some of the oldest games in the franchise, but that's what established the canon, right? That's what established the base of our canon and lore that moved forward. That stuff doesn't exist then. Then is Abstergo is the main thing. You know, all the other companies they own and they're to do with, Abstergo's that company that's the named company that shares them. In the Desmond memories, they talk about how you couldn't every single, 98% of American households have at least 13 Abstergo items in their house. They just don't know it.
Maybe
Like,
the
that's the one
assassins only knew about Abstergo.
No, that's not. We can't. Why are we making excuses about this?
But that's clearly what it would be, though. That's the only way of explaining it, is that the assassins didn't know there's another part of the Templars.
How would they know about their secret society and secret company, but not know about just general main politicians involved?
I think that it's...
It makes so much less sense.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Abstergo's supposed to be the secret company, and then they've got this mega huge building that stands out in the middle of Madrid. I guess you can't really see it. It is disguised by the sandstorm. But
yeah, they plastered their logo on the front of it.
yeah, it's just they're changing who Abstergo are, and it just doesn't make sense to me anymore.
It's because so many people have their hands in it. Like, there's so many different writers.
That's it, man. I'm arguing this point. I'm saying this Abstergo the main people because I'm fighting for established canon here, not what they're trying to change things to. Because I'm like, now it's just becoming convoluted and it's just meaningless. Playing the old games are meaningless because everything they established isn't true anymore. It kills the old games, and the new games are so bad anyway that you're not establishing anything good. You're just changing shit because this writer wants to add this story element. So he's like, oh, fuck, I better change everything that was written before, even though I had no involvement in that awesome storytelling.
Yeah, that's annoying. It's mostly Richard Faris being a fucking cunt. That stupid cunt that thinks that he's like, I have to keep everything in check. And then you're like, well, you're not keeping everything in check. All you're doing is changing shit, because he's the one that wrote Rogue and changed Ezio's box because obviously Darby created the box, and then someone tweeted Richard Faris and they're like, so there's the box in Rogue, how many boxes are there? And he's like, oh, I don't know. It's like, that's not your thing. It's Darby's thing. Darby wrote the fucking box. It's not your thing to change. You're not allowed to know that. Shut the fuck up.
Darby wrote Sages, and Sages look like that, and all of a sudden in the next game, Sages all look different.
Yeah.
Because new writers like, nah, they look different.
Oh, it's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
The fuck? I bet Darby's in there like, for fuck's sake, what's the point of me writing something when they're just going to change it in the next game?
What do you think Patrice Desilets does when a new game comes out? Just
laughs.
sighs to himself?
He laughs so hard. He's like, this is so shit. Why did they get rid of me?
He's just there like, No, what is this? Oh, he just
Yep.
slowly strangles his cat. I mean, I don't know if he has a cat, but he has to take his
Well,
anger out on something.
I just don't understand how I'm just getting contradicting information all the time from this franchise. Literally, I watched a movie and there's all these other Templars. And Alan
Mm,
Ricken's not that important. I mean, he is, but he's not like Abstergo apparently is this company that costs them money. No, Abstergo makes them all their money. Abstergo's the name brand that has shares in all these other companies. That's been fucking established for years. And then I read
yeah.
Heresy. First chapter is all about the main inner sanctum of the Templars. These Templars we've seen for years. We're talking about Otto Berg. We're talking about Isabel. We're talking about fucking Dr. Grammatica. We're talking about Alan Rickon. No, apparently there's all these other people because the inner sanctum of Templars is something else now. I don't know.
I also find it
What is-
weird that the Inner Sanctum we saw in the movie, the only one from Heresy is Alan Rickon.
Yeah.
None of the other ones are there.
And there's like 70 of them,
That's
or like
weird.
100 of them, and they're all in
Oh,
weird robes.
so many
They have-
people there, yeah.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my face, you stupid movie.
I just think the movie, like, they need to just be like, okay, the movie's not canon because it doesn't make enough sense. Like, because just please, just save it, save the fucking games by just disconnecting the movie. It doesn't make sense. They should do that. They should really fucking get on that,
That's how I feel about this whole thing.
and then write a good story as well.
Just sigh, just a big sigh.
It just annoys me because Darby's writing the next game, and I know whatever he writes is going to be amazing. But then I feel like whoever writes the next game is going to take what Darby wrote and change it again. It's just what people like to do. They're like, "Oh, Darby wrote this amazing thing. I'm going to change it now," and it's like, "Oh, you just fucking ruined it." The box was ruined. The box was so mysterious and cool, and then they fucking took it, and now there's like 70 boxes.
You're telling me about the box? You're telling me about the box? My life, my career is around that.
It's really quite sad. I think they've. I think the box is even relevant anymore. I think that's it. It's done now. They're not going to talk about it again.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
It was relevant for a year, and then they fucking. It was 2 years because 2014, 2015 because Chronicles games. Oh, Dr. Grammatica has it now.
Yeah, he does. Yep, sure does. Also has a shroud. Apparently, Isus.
Yeah, he's also grown bodies. Juno's in the Abstergo network. No one knows this either.
Somehow.
Only what's her name? Fucking woman.
Isu don't exist, James, or else Alan Rickman would know about it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Alan Rickman didn't know about it.
Oh!
I'm starting to think that Vidic never reported to him. Like, he never told him anything. No! Wait a minute, though. At the end of Assassin's Creed 1, Vidic talks to Rickon and tells him they found the apple.
Yes, he does.
Fuck off.
Yeah, obviously he does.
Kill me, please.
I really want the next Empire of the Start first scene to be Alan Rickman. He's bald and fat again. I'm like, yes! It's just going to be fuck you to the movie. And he's alive.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. That would just be fantastic.
Look, it is what it is.
Like the
That's
bald
our
fat
spoiler
Alan Rickman.
cast for this terrible movie.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
that's it. That's our thing.
Thoroughly
did.
I do. I agree. I thoroughly hope you enjoyed us sighing and getting angry and disputing Assassin's Creed.
Just for the record, I still enjoyed the movie.
No, you didn't. You're a liar. You're an absolute liar. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see more Kill Connor Clubhouse, be sure to head to patreon.com/asalways, where you can pay $1 simple and you can become an As Always member, watch exclusive Kill Connor Clubhouse content every fortnight, as well as early access to all our As Always content, being the multiplayer battle collaborations, 24 hours early access, that is, before it goes on YouTube and public to everybody for free. But the Kill Connor Clubhouse, that's exclusive to Patreon other than this episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. And it's all going to be powered by you. All topics, everything we discuss is you guys, getting you guys on the podcast, which will be great. And next week, James, we return with a regular, normal YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, Kill Connor Club, episode 39.
Oh, yeah.
So that's normal. That's free, guys. So chill the fuck out. If you don't feel like paying any money, that's all right, too. You can just support us by rating us on iTunes for the Kill Connor Club, liking it, How good did last week's episode, man? Our launch, episode 38, third most viewed episode or listened to episode of all time.
That was amazing.
Highest rated official episode ever since the original live stream back in 2014.
We did good.
We are good. Very good.
It was good. It was good. It was a good podcast.
Yeah. And the first Kill Connor Clubhouse. I mean, it's a very specific topic for this one, and obviously it'll continue to get ironed out, get more of a structure and stuff as we go forward.
Indeed. It will.
But it's what it is right now. Anything else, James?
Yeah, I just want to say that if you do want to check out the Patreon, it'll be the top link in the description. So head down.
Patreon.com/as always.
And you can check that out and get everything that Tyler mentioned before. There you go.
Absolutely. And as well, thank you again to the people supporting and powering the podcast, being Modorox and Jamie Brown. You can get your name read in the credits of the podcast, including the Kill Connor Club, as one of the Patreon rewards on patreon.com/as always. Please support. Just plugging every second I can. And we can just continue to use that, make more and more and more awesome shit. And we'll keep you guys in the loop for all things as always, where we're here to always entertain you. Yes, I'm going to say that every time now. I said it last podcast, I'm going to do it every time.
Shit. Okay.
I'm trying to be professional, but it's so just hilarious. Because we're not. We're just a bunch of silly geese.
Silly geese. That's my impression of you. I don't know what that was.
I thought, I'm not South African.
Oh, yeah, the silly geese.
You sound like Goofy.
Oil! That's Goofy. What the fuck's going on? We've overstayed our welcome.
Yeah,
Sora! Yeah. Alright.
Alright, cool. We'll leave posts on patreon.com/as as always, where if you're an As Always member, we will ask you what topics you want us to discuss on the next Kill Connor Clubhouse, and we will do that in that episode. Until then, enjoy this, re-listen to it, like it, rate us on iTunes, and then get ready for next week, Kill Connor Club 39. Thank you again for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I guess we'll see you next week.
See you later, lads, boys.
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 And girls.
Yeah, well...
Yeah. We're not Assassin's Creed, we're not sexist.
Oh, God. Okay.
There it is.